my friends, welcome back to Podplace for another round of Would You Rather. I'm actually doing this immediately after the last episode because I did that episode assuming that after 30 minutes time, my kind and lovely neighbors who live in the building across from me would have moved their laundry out of the dryer so I can move in mine. But alas, they still have not. So, we might as well keep this crazy train going. I got a timer for 30 minutes here. Let's keep this crazy train going. So, anyhow, would you rather be able to see the future or change the past? Whew. Now, if you can see the future, does that imply you're able to change anything? Or are you locked in? Do you believe in fate? Do you believe in destiny? So that's one thing. Then you also changing the past. That can be quite dangerous. Butterfly effect and, Until Dawn and a whole bunch of other things that have to do with time travel and stuff like that. Oh, Back to the Future, changing the smallest details can have such cataclysmic results. So, I don't see a world where you can make any decision at all that's going to overall improve everything. If one thing's going to improve, something else is going to become more chaotic. I believe that would be the nature of changing the past and doing all this time travel stuff. Meanwhile, being able to see the future, you can't alter the future. You can't be present in the future, but you can look and see what it's like. I feel like that would be the less dangerous thing to do here, but it could mess you up. So, would you rather create an effect on yourself or create an effect on the planet? Both of which random. Either one could be good, either one could be bad. I would prefer to take that sacrifice of seeing the future, where things are good or bad. That's just what I'm going to go with. I'm not going to overanalyze this one, and that's what most people are going with. Cool. Would you rather eat apples or pears? You know what? I never liked the aftertaste of apples very much. I like applesauce, apple cider, stuff like that, but just straight apple, it has a weird texture to it. Pears are a little bit softer. I like pears a little bit better, so I'm gonna go with that. That's nice. Such a sweet, easy little question. Totally unperverted. So nice. Let's hope it stays that way. Would you rather discover a new periodic table element? Or win gold at the Olympics? Again, I don't give a hoot about sports. Discovering a new periodic table element. I'm no scientist at all. I know jack crap about science. But discovering an element, it doesn't necessarily mean that you got the whole lab, you're throwing different liquids together in the test tubes and stuff like that. You got a little spinny thing with the tiny vials in it. I don't even know what that's called. This technically could just mean you stumble upon something. Then again, if you stumble upon a brand new element that your body isn't yet prepared for, you might die. But that's not a guarantee either. I'd prefer I randomly stumble upon something that doesn't hurt me, but could be of benefit to science. And I'll just hand it off to them, I'll sell it to them, then I'll have to worry about it, and it makes some money. So I'd rather go the periodic table route. That's a story that I'm telling here. But yeah, are you an athlete or do you prefer science? I mean, you could be both. Would you rather be able to see through clothes, Clark Kent style, or make them invisible? So, let's focus on the latter option here. If you make clothes invisible, whoosh, then you can look at any given person, make their clothes invisible, and anyone can see what's going on, and just make a total mockery of them. Or everyone will be very happy about it. I don't know. I'd rather go with a passive ability that I don't have to use all the time. So be able to see through clothes, it doesn't mean you're locked that way forever. You're always seeing everybody naked all the time. So yeah, I'd rather just have an ability I can shut off. I don't think I'd probably use it. But I wouldn't use it frequently. So how about that, right? Okay. Moving on, would you rather be stuck on an island alone or with a person who talks continuously? Murder is an option. I know that in the past I've said that I don't endorse murder, but murder is an option. Who talks continuously about what? That's a question. It could be something that you're really interested in, and it wouldn't be that bad. If they talk continuously, that implies that they're not going to stop, and eventually you'll get tired of the topic no matter what. But if you're stuck on the island alone, then it's basically Minecraft. You gotta survive on your own. But at least a person can be useful. Even if they're talking, at least you could say, hey, go climb that tree and get some coconuts so we have something to drink or something like that. So, yeah, it would be annoying. Well, we got to focus on the survivability, right? So, the more hands, the better. I'll take the annoying-ass person. I'll learn to get along with it. Again, worst comes to worst, just drop a coconut right on their head, and we're fine. Would you rather have an arranged marriage or never marry at all? You can get out of any marriage, right? Yeah, I don't know what kind of government this is, but if you have an arranged marriage, it's not saying that you can't get out of it, right? So let's say you have an arranged marriage here in America, in the States. I know in other countries it's a whole other ordeal, but here you can get out and then marry someone you do love. Or maybe you get lucky and the person that you're arranged to be with, you actually happen to really love them. I don't know, but never marry at all. Then there's no chances to begin with. So yeah, I'd rather go with have an arranged marriage. Yeah, tough call. Would you rather have a dog or have a cat? Dogs, absolutely. I grew up with 2 dogs. They are no longer around, very sadly, but I've always loved dogs. So I'm gonna have a dog. That'd be very nice. I just got a gremlin replica, a Mogwai replica, as you saw on my player display channel, but even so. Would you rather have a magic carpet that flies or have a see-through submarine? That could be cool. But as I mentioned before, I'm terrified of underwater. But magic carpet, you could fall off, and that would suck too. Let's assume that the carpet's a little bit smart and it kind of teeters a little bit, so you stay on it nicely. Let's go with have a magic carpet that flies. Alright, cool. Yeah, and a lot of people have chosen the Aladdin route. Would you rather be able to play the piano or able to play the guitar? I respect both of them, because the thing is, I love classical music, and I love rock and roll. Or just acoustics, I suppose. Although electric guitar wouldn't be exempt from this. It just says guitar, so it could be any guitar, right? I feel like a guitar would be cooler. It would be neat to, you know, at the very least, play songs that I like. Or I could make other songs I like, or I could make songs of my very own. I don't know why that took me so long to cobble together that sentence, but yeah, let's go with the guitar. Yeah, I think the guitar has more influence on me than the piano. Wow, I'm actually surprised to see the split. Both are good. Both are good choices. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you rather always feel like you're about to sneeze, but you can't? That is one of the worst hells you could possibly live in. Or have a permanent itch that you can't scratch. Both of these are terrible. Have a permanent itch that you can't scratch, so it'll never go away. Always feel like you're about to sneeze but can't. There's no workarounds here. They're both permanent. Man. I feel like... I mean, this is just assuming. This is just me theorizing. The sensation of sneezing, it stinks in that moment. It's only because it's so sudden. But if it's prolonged, then maybe you would get used to it. But a permanent itch, I don't see how you could ever shake that off. So I'm going to go with, like, you feel like you're about to sneeze. It doesn't necessarily mean you're always like, ah! And no chew, right? So you feel that, but you're not doing that. So that's something I could get over. And again, it's in perpetuum. So it's not like you feel it, then you don't feel it. You feel it, then you don't feel it. It's constantly feel, and then it kind of just becomes subliminal. So I'm going to bank on that and go with that one over there. Okay, 76 to 24, let's go. Would you rather stop time when you want, or have the food of your choice whenever you want? Ooh. Stop time... I think we've seen that option before in a previous question. I don't have a whole lot of use for that. Or have the food of your choice whenever you want. This is stupid. Why am I thinking so hard about this? Sushi. I get sushi whenever I want. Stay healthy and all that? Yeah, it could be totally fine. Stop time, I see no value in that. But... like, just ask to the heavens, give me the healthiest food that you can, and then you eat it, and then you're good. And then you don't have to pay for shopping. This is so much more practical. Yeah, I'm going with that one. Be a bowling champion or a curling champion. Barely give a hell about either, although I do like bowling. I've only played it like a handful of times I could count on one hand. Bowling's fun. Wii bowling's cool. Alright, let's go with bowling. is. I barely know what curling is, so let's just skip that. Has something to do with dumbbells, right? Yeah, pass. Would you rather eat a chocolate cake that tastes like poop or eat poop that tastes like chocolate? It's the taste that matters, right? Not what it is. So, yeah, and eating poop, I mean, it's gross, but would it actually give you diseases and stuff? I feel like not, because it's, well, it's been through your body before. It could probably go through again, right? So, I'm gonna go with the poop that tastes like chocolate. I don't want the taste of poop, though, right? Well, then if you eat chocolate cake, you're probably gonna be fine. You just gain a few calories, big deal. It could be one of those little tiny cakes as well. Damn. Alright, I'm just gonna assume that the poop is all filtered out and it's fine enough, right? It's not saying how much it is, so if it's just like a little, like, I don't know, jelly bean sized poop, I guess it wouldn't be the worst thing. Would you rather lick a dirty trash can or the bathroom floor? I can cheat here. What if the bathroom has been cleaned recently? What if it's a brand new bathroom? I remember at college, you're building brand new bathrooms, and they smelled so good. Like, all the tiles were fresh, not a toilet was flushed. It was so pristine and beautiful. So I'm gonna go with the bathroom floor. Again, doesn't specify that the bathroom has been in recent use, doesn't specify whether or not it's been cleaned before, so there's some workarounds here. Would you rather brush your teeth with rocks or drink milk that smells like bad breath? Oh. With rocks or drink milk that smells like bad breath. You know, here's another cheat. There's like a charcoal craze, right? I have charcoal soap in my bathroom. And I think there's also charcoal toothpaste. That's technically rock. So I'm just gonna go with charcoal toothpaste. That's not a big deal. That's rock. Small rock, but rock. So that's an easy question to hack. But then drink milk that smells like bad breath. There's no way to twist it so that's in any way pleasant, right? Would you rather trip on the dance floor in front of everyone or rip the dress you're wearing in front of everyone? You're assuming I'm wearing a dress. Well, this question is now. So I'm wearing a dress and I wind up ripping it in front of everybody. Or I trip on the dance floor in front of everyone. That could be funny. I could stand up and crack a few jokes. I feel like that's very survivable, reputation-wise. I'm not too concerned about that. Would you rather only speak in LOL, XD, LMAO, etc. language, or have to send every text message you type out to all your contacts? I guess it just means I'm resorting to phone call and email. Not a big deal. Okay. Yeah, I prefer to keep my range. Really? You'd really prefer to survive like that? But you could, well, again, this is coming from someone who's obsessed with writing and stuff like that, so to me, this is an abomination. This one, not a big deal. So, there's definitely workarounds, so not too concerned about that. Would you rather have uncontrollable ear hair or uncontrollable nose hair? Nose hair is so annoying. Like, I don't get much of it, but if there's like a single hair, then I go right for the crazy little scissors I got where it's not a point at the top, it's a little circle, and then it doesn't poke you when you go to snip it out. But nose hair is really annoying. It gets you all stuffy and stuff. But if you had uncontrollable ear hair, now I have like no ear hair, so I don't know what that's like. Would it affect your actual hearing? Probably. Could make you go deaf completely. Well, there are tools that could help with either. Like, there are certain, like, razor attachments that you can use for either of these, which is good. Uncontrollable. So it's constantly growing, but doesn't distinguish the speed. So technically, don't we already have both of these? Because nose hair and ear hair are in a perpetual state of growth, both of them. And then we trim them anyways. So with that being said, which would I prefer to trim the most? Well, rather, which would I not want to bother trimming? I don't want to bother trimming ear hair. So, because nose hair is easier to trim, I feel like. Because when you look in the mirror, it's right there. For ears, it's like off to the side, right? So, I'm going to go with nose hair. Little turn of events, but when you think things through, that's what happens. Would you rather never run out of battery power for whatever phone and tablet you own, or always have free Wi-Fi wherever you go? That's nice too. Never run out of battery power for whatever phone and tablet you own. Honestly, I have no issue just plugging in my phone. I honestly don't even use my phone that often. I usually just, well, I use it, but I stream it to my TV, and then my TV becomes the thing. But I'm not a huge phone caller. I'm not a big texter either. If I'm going to write anything, it's going to be on my computer. So I prefer to have the Wi-Fi. I have no issue plugging in my phone or tablet or whatever. So yeah, the Wi-Fi sounds nice. And get a little money there, so that ain't too bad. Would you rather spend a day in the desert or spend a day in the North Pole? So again, hot or cold? North Pole, I'll bundle up. People survive the North Pole. Well, people have died in both, I guess. But a desert sounds awful. North Pole sounds rather survivable with the right gear, and you might be in like a totally furnished like cabin or something, right? So that might be totally possible. It says spend a day, not survive a day, so it could be a nice, quaint little quick vacation. So that doesn't sound too bad. Would you rather have the ability to see everyone naked or have the ability to read everyone's mind? Yeah, read everyone's mind. It's so much more valuable than just a quick little bit of excitement, right? So yeah, that's stupid easy. Would you rather have the constant feeling that bugs are crawling on your skin, or the constant feeling that someone is calling your name every 2 minutes? So borderline schizophrenia, I guess that would be. Whoa, woof, that would drive me crazy. Well, you know, I got enough voices in my head already. Odds are this will probably just blend in and I'll be comfortable enough. So it's just gonna add to the white noise that's already in my head anyways. So not a problem. Would you rather wear an analog watch or a digital watch? Yeah, probably analog. Yeah. That's all I got. I don't know. I just like having the clock face. I prefer that more than just seeing the straight up numbers, but it could go either way. I honestly don't have a huge preference, but aesthetically, I think I prefer the face of a clock as opposed to just a few changing numbers. So that's just me. I mean, maybe this is more practical. It depends on someone's character, I suppose. Rather go skiing, which I've done years ago, it's been a long time, or go to a water park. I don't remember how to ski. It's been so long. I was a kid. And a water park wouldn't be so bad either. Well, if you go skiing, you gotta wear all the equipment and stuff, and it's really expensive. Water park's easy. You just gotta get your trunks, and you just go. Yeah, I'll go to the water park. I guess it's gonna be warm, but at least there's water everywhere, so it'll be nice and cool, I hope. So, and it's just for not even a day. You don't have to stay there for that long. There's no time limit, so not too bad. Would you rather have a big mouth and say everything you're talking? Sorry, let me try that again. Have a big mouth and say everything you're thinking, or be unable to speak. Be unable to speak, definitely. Then I could just write everything. And I think people would be chill with that. That wouldn't be the worst thing. Again, like I said in the last video, I'd be like Claude Speed from GTA 3. Would you rather cough and die or cough and die? Would you rather live a life without sugar or live a life without salt? What is the health value of salt? That I've never known. I feel like sugar is more necessary, because if you run low on sugar, you get really tired and you feel weak, and I felt that way before, and it's dreadful. But I don't know what it's like to have a lack of salt, necessarily. So I'm gonna cut salt. I feel like sugar is a more essential element. Yeah, and obviously I prefer to taste sugar over salt. But from a nutrient standpoint, I think sugar is a more important one. Quote me in the comments if I'm wrong, because I could be. Would you rather be a famous actor or a singer? Well, again, I mentioned across my different channels that I love writing, I love storytelling, character building. I'd love to be a famous actor portraying one of my own characters. I think that would be the coolest thing. Singing wouldn't be too bad either, but like creating music, I actually might not be the worst at that. If I could learn notes and stuff, that's always intimidated me. I did try out the trumpet a bit as a kid, and I don't think it was necessarily good or bad, but I definitely didn't prefer it. But I feel like I could pull off the acting thing. Like, even if I'm like just like a specific character and everyone knows me for that one person, that's fine. Like, I'll master my craft within that realm. That's totally okay. Yeah, either option's good. It's really up to you. Would you rather jump into a pool of Nutella, delish, or a pool of Jello, bouncy? Both of these, nothing dangerous about either of them. Well, what if one's really hard to escape? Nutella would kind of be like mud, right? I mean, it looks like mud, and Nutella is delicious. A pool of Jello? Could you be able to swim out of that? I feel like you wouldn't be able to. I feel like you'd drown in Jello. But Nutella, I could see you kind of crawling your way out a little bit. Yeah, jumping into a pool. That's assuming you're totally submerged, right? It's not shallow. It's not a kiddie pool. I guess you could work around that. But yeah, I think Nutella is the safer option. Jello sounds fun, but I think that's a greater hazard. So that's my view on it. Would you rather not be able to talk again, or not be able to walk? Ooh. Yeah, again, I prefer my words. My words are very important. It allows me to do YouTube, it allows me to do my job, allows me to talk to my family and stuff like that. Again, I can write as well, but yeah. I mean, people have had some very beautiful lives being able to talk and not being able to walk. But being able to walk and not talk, that would be a social challenge, I think. But again, there's workarounds for either one, so you could go either way, but I'm just going to prioritize my voice over everything here. Would you rather be stuck in a country where you are wanted by the police for robbery, or be wanted for murder but manage to flee the country? Where you wanted for robbery. Well, wanted for murder, it doesn't necessarily mean that you committed the murder. Maybe you're just a suspect, right? And it says you definitely flee and you're definitely safe by proxy. So, yeah, I'd rather be a safe route. I don't want to be on the run. Yeah, 2/3, so that's pretty heavy. Cool. Would you rather lose a lot of being mute in this whole thing? Would you rather lose the ability to speak or have to say everything that you are thinking? Let me think about this one. Say everything that you're thinking. Again, I said my words are valuable, but within a certain limit. I want to say everything I'm thinking. No one wants to do that. Well, there's some really unashamed bastards out there, I'm sure. But again, if I just have to resort to writing, worst case, I could do that. That's not terrible. Again, this is a pretty easy one for me. I don't know why it keeps coming back. Would you rather drink Coke without bubbles? What kind of hell are we living in? Or eat stale chips, so they're not really crunchy. Yeah. And it doesn't say it has to be on a single instance or frequently, right? It's like just a one-time thing. Yeah, soda without bubbles. I've probably done that before. Like, if you just leave a soda out there and all the carbonation fizzles out, then just still drink it. It just won't be the same. You can at least put it back in the fridge. It'll be cool again. So that's not a big deal. Stale chips, there's no pleasure in that. At least with a non-carbonized drink, you can work with that. You can make it good. Would you rather be Michael Jordan or LeBron James? Neither. Michael Jordan has some good acting chops. Alright. Literally just on that metric alone. Okay. Would you rather only read romance novels or only read textbooks? Huh. I'd prefer to learn more from history to inform my philosophy and my creative writing. The romance stuff, I think I got it. I think most romance books are largely the same. It's usually telling the same story. They usually end the same way. As far as I know, I'm not a big reader. I write a lot, but I'm not a big reader, which is a weird thing about me. But yeah, textbooks, I feel like you get a lot more information. It varies a lot more. But yeah, I feel like this will be a pretty even split, but let's see. Wow, really? Well, I guess people have memories of being bored to death in history class and stuff like that, so I get it. You know, depends on your character. Would you rather have to drink beer instead of water? No. Or live your life wearing a diving mask and snorkel? I don't want to be perpetually wasted. You're basically Bender from Futurama if you choose that. Or live your life wearing a diving mask and snorkel. I don't know, maybe you could make that work. I'm creative, I could use some paint, I could put some other stuff on top of it. Yeah, and you still be able to breathe. You got the snorkel, so you wouldn't be suffocating in there. It'd be massively uncomfortable. No, you can modify it, though. You're just wearing it. It's not saying you're uncomfortable. You look stupid as hell, but it's workable. There's workarounds, so I'm going to choose that one. But drinking beer perpetually? Wow, people are willing to get that wasted. No, I would not choose that. Would you rather be sick for the rest of your life or kill a kitten? I can easily hack this question as well. We're technically always sick. Do you have any idea how many millions of germs are on you right now? How many illnesses are currently festering in your body that your body is defending against? When you are quote-unquote sick, it's because your body is defending against a stronger virus. But that is a rare instance. You're also sick, technically, when you have some alien virus or infection or whatever, and it gets in your blood, on your skin, or whatever, it depends on the nature of whatever we're talking about here, and your body just kicks its butt straight away. Technically, you're still sick. You still have a contagion on you. So basically, this is a long-winded way of saying you're always sick anyways. Your body is just really strong. And, I don't feel the need to kill a kitten, so I'd rather just live normally without the sensation of killing a kitten. I think that's fine. Would you rather never get a paper cut again? That would be nice. Or never get something stuck in your eye again. I don't get paper cuts too often. I mean, in the digital age, we're not working with paper nearly as much. The closest I ever get to paper these days is if I'm drawing. If I write, I use my computer. But never get something stuck in your eye again. Oh, God, I'd love to get rid of that. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's a longer and happier life for me. Would you rather be able to read minds or predict the future? Ooh. Let me think about this one. Predict the future. We talked about both of these on two different instances. I said that predicting the future could be totally damning for the rest of your life if it's a bad future. Even if it's a good future, it could totally mess you up. Again, it locks in fate, right? And that could not be good on your psychology. But be able to read minds, it's a very useful social tool. So, pretty much a no-brainer, yeah. Gotta go with be able to read minds. Would you rather play football for a Super Bowl winning team? Why? Or be a top trader on Wall Street? If you're a top trader, that's assuming that by default, you already have the skills, you already have the know-how. Things that I don't have, but if this option just gives it to me, then that's great. Then I know how to work with money and stuff like that. I could put the money towards good causes and things of that nature. I could bring down tyrannical industries if I wanted to. There's so much more value in this. But play football for a Super Bowl winning team, it doesn't mean you're good. It just means you're there, right? But here it says you're a top trader. You got it. So many more options on Wall Street, I think. Would you rather be locked in a bathroom, which has happened before, or be stuck in an elevator? If you're locked in a bathroom, you can just crawl under the stall. That's not a big deal. It's not specifying what type of bathroom. Like, is it like just a toilet in a house bathroom, or is it a tree, right? Anything could be a bathroom if you work hard enough at it. So this is an easy question to workshop. But stuck in an elevator, like, I've always had that fear, because even at my job, they've had a malfunctioning elevator. No one's been inside it, but to have that sensation of being in a tight metal box, and it's moving slowly, and it kind of hiccups a little bit, I felt that before, it's really scary. So, I'd rather be locked in the bathroom, because I feel like that's escapable. In an elevator, though, you gotta hit the little red button, you gotta wait for emergency services to come in there, then you gotta hopefully have enough oxygen in there, hopefully you got a treat. There goes my alarm. I gotta check my laundry. Those bastards better have moved everything out of the dryers by now, but we'll see. Let's do one more question. Would you rather go skiing in the mountains or go on a beach vacation? Skiing in the mountains or beach vacation? Yeah. Again, this is assuming I know how to ski and everything like that. And I'm probably at a nice snowy resort. So again, I like to keep things cool. So I'm going to go with skiing in the mountains. That sounds more my taste. So anyways, that's it for Would You Rather Part 3. Now, this was shorter than 30 minutes because the questions got progressively more raunchy. And I didn't want them to be part of this video anymore or part of this series. So literally what I did is if a question like that came up in editing, I put my finger up like this. That's a signal to me in editing that I'm like, this is a question I don't want in the video. I can chop it out. So next time we play this game, I'm going to use a different program, I think, to get rid of the raunchy stuff. Unless there's a setting. I don't think there is. No, that's just pinning the taskbar and stuff like that, so that's not helpful. But yeah, next time you play this, I'm going to try using a different engine, maybe something online, maybe there's a .io or something like that that'll make this a little more sanitary, where you got options. I like to play this for good fun, and I don't mind the dirty questions, it's just I don't want that to be what this channel is about, so I'm going to skip over those. Yeah, so anyways, all that being said, I'm going to chop this video up. I'm going to make this more presentable to you, my dear viewer. So, thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed, then please, as per usual, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that good stuff. Also, check down in the description for a few goodies, and that's all I got to say. So, thank you very much, rock on, I'll see you all later.